Like most people, I thought life after 60 was the beginning of the end. I had no idea what I was in store for. It has been a whole new chapter that I was not expecting. For the first time in my life, I wasn't taking care of other people, raising kids and taking care of sick parents or siblings. And I wasn't worried about what other people thought of me, trying to fit into a box that I never could fit in. You know, for the first time in my life, I was focused on myself. And I almost thought that was like, I don't know, narcissistic or something. I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to thinking about myself, my needs, my wants. And for the first time in my life, I had to figure out what it was I wanted. And I realized in order to achieve these things, these goals and dreams that I still had, because I still had dreams, even though I was old, right? I still had dreams, I still had hopes. But in order to achieve them, I needed to work on my health because I wasn't in the best condition. I had let myself go because I never worried about myself. I never took care of myself. I never took the time. Well, now I had the time. I had no excuses not to, right? I'm not taking care of anybody else. So I focused on myself and my health. And I was able to turn things around. I lost 60 pounds. I got out of the bed. I got through depression. I started feeling good. I had energy. So now, I was able to do the things that I only dreamt about. And I went back to work. Granted, I haven't been able to find a job like I had prior to staying home. I took off 7 years to take care of my sister, who has since passed. And when I went back into the workforce, things had changed a lot. And ageism exists now. It probably always has, but it was affecting me personally at this point, and I wasn't able to find a job. But it's almost been a blessing, to be honest with you, because I've had to find other avenues to make money. One of which is doing YouTube. And that in itself has just been absolutely amazing. The people I've met have crossed paths with people whose paths I would have never crossed before, right? From all over the globe. And I'm learning new things and I'm having new experiences and I'm making money on top of it. But now I feel like I get to reinvent myself. It's like, who do I want to be? What do I want to be? I can be anything. I could dye my hair pink. I can get tattoos. There's nobody that I have to worry about pleasing but me. I don't care what anybody else thinks. That's the best part, I think, about turning 60 is you stop caring about what other people think. Oh my, what must they think of me? Oh no, we don't care anymore. I really don't. And that's another reason why it's so easy for me to do YouTube because, a lot of people are afraid of, you're putting yourself out there and there's trolls and mean people. And there is, and I do get to deal with it, but I really don't care. It really, I'm even shocked, because people will come at you hard. And I just look at it and all I can think of was, they must be very unhappy if they're taking the time to unload on a complete stranger such terrible things. They must truly be miserable. So it's easy for me to not take it personally. But anyway, back to, feeling, I don't know, I just, I enjoy things more because I don't care about what people think of me. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can just stop and enjoy everything that's happening around me and not feel like it's focused on me. I was always more concerned about, what's everybody think of me, you know? And now it's like, I don't even think about that. I even forget. It's like, I'll have food on my face, like I said, when I film videos sometimes, because I don't look in the mirror like I should. But, that's a whole different thing. But now I'm at this point where I have to stop and think about, what is it I do want to do? Because now that I feel like I'm capable of doing just about anything and I have the energy to do these things, what is it that I want to do? Do I want to travel? Do I want to go kayaking? Do I want to climb Mount Everest? But, I could if I wanted to. And there's really nothing stopping me but me. And I watched a video not too long ago, and it really had an impact on me. It was just a YouTube short, but in it, this person was saying how, life is short. And we hear that all the time, but it really is. Even if you live to be 100, that's still not a very long time to do all the things and learn all the things that we want to, right? In this lifetime. And we spend so much of that time worrying about, pleasing other people or what other people think. We never take the time to just worry about ourselves, because in the end, people don't think about us near as much as we think they do. And who cares, right? We're all going to be gone soon. It's the honest truth. We're all going to be gone. And what's going to be left? Maybe some memories for our kids and grandkids. And that's only for a brief time. In a couple generations, nobody will even remember our name, most likely. So why do we worry so much about it? All our stuff and things that we've worked so hard for are going to end up in the dump, the junkyard. So nobody cares about our stuff and things. And like I said, nobody's even going to remember our name. So why worry about it? Be yourself, live your life. Like I said, people don't think about you near as much as you think they do. So even if you decide to dye your hair pink and get facial piercings and tattoos, who cares? Who cares? And the person that might think something bad about you, is it somebody that you care about? Do you really care what this person that you don't know is saying about you? Or even if it's somebody that you love, if they're talking bad about you, do they really love you? So it doesn't matter is the point. What matters is what makes you happy, whatever that is. As long as it's not hurting anybody else, do it. Don't let anybody tell you you're too old or you're too this or you're too that. Now's the time. Now's the time. You don't have to worry about what your parents think. You don't have to worry about what your kids think. You can just be you. And that's where I'm at. I am just being me. And for the longest time, I didn't know what that was, and now that I know, I'm excited because I can work towards these goals and dreams, because you're never too old to have dreams. Never. When you stop having dreams, that's when you die. So always have something that you're working towards. Don't ever stop. And like I said, just doing YouTube alone has been a huge dream of mine. And I'm so excited to get to do it. And the doors that it's opened for me, I'll always be grateful. So yeah, if you're turning 60, just remember, it's not about things coming to an end. It's about what's possible. Ask yourself, what are you capable of? So remember, this isn't a dress rehearsal. You only get one shot. Stop wasting time. Stop making excuses. Start living your life. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go because I got some things to do. And I will see you guys in the next video.